Are you ready to learn the 3 secrets to launching a successful podcast? Hi, I'm Bill, a recent client of the Podcast Mogul. If you've been thinking about starting a podcast but aren't sure where to begin, he's got you covered. He is hosting a free webinar where he will share the 3 secrets that can help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast without any fancy equipment or technical headaches. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot now and let him help get your podcast off the ground.
Welcome to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Join the podcast mogul Phil Better as he interviews successful entrepreneurs that make their living in the digital world. Now, let's join your host, Phil Better, and his special guest today on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast.
Welcome back, folks, to another inspiring episode of Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast, where we delve into the minds of the remarkable individuals carving out their path to success. I'm, of course, your host, Phil Better, the podcast mogul, and today is nothing short of extraordinary. Today, our guest is a beacon of transformation in the realm of health, wellness, and mind-body connection. They may wear many hats: a certified life coach, a life transformational coach, and a licensed trainer in advanced conversion hypnosis, AHC. Her journey into the realm of holistic wellness is fascinating as it is impactful. With a background spanning over nearly a decade and a half as a licensed massage therapist, our guest witnessed firsthand the intricacy relationship between mental stress and physical health. Through keen observation and dedication, she realized that addressing the root cause of stress could lead to profound psychological benefits. As her clients found solace in her therapeutic touch, our guest embarked on a quest to delve deeper into the realm of the mind. Since 2019, our guest has immersed herself in various training programs, honing her expertise in and coaching techniques. Her mission to empower individuals to reclaim their vitality, achieve restful sleep, and embrace healthier lifestyle choices with intrinsic motivation as her guiding force. Our guest's unique approach transcends conventional methods, offering her clients not just relaxation, but lasting transformation. Today, our guest joins us to share her insight on unlocking the power of the mind, conquering self-sabotage, and fostering resiliency in the face of life's challenges. Get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment as we delve into the wisdom of Regina Roberti. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Phil. Thanks for having me. What an introduction.
I try my best. I grew up in the early 90s, so I listened to rap music, and there was always the hype man, and I always wanted to be that hype person. So I look at
That was a hype situation.
That's what I do. I hype up my guests, make them feel like, oh my God, I can't live up to this hype that this man is putting on to me. But they always far exceed the hype that I bring to them. So, Regina, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go far. We're gonna go wide. We're gonna cover the whole spectrum. But my first question, like always, is why did you become a digital entrepreneur?
As you mentioned, I've been in the massage industry since 2009. That modality of health changed my own personal health trajectory going forward. The way I see life, the way I live my life. I was, doing what every typical 20-something-year-old was doing: partying, drinking, eating terribly. And the best thing about going to massage school was I got about 9 to 11 hours received of massage a week. And when you get that much massage therapy, you're literally become superwoman. The health benefits of massage therapy are extraordinary. When you're receiving that much massage, your whole body detoxes, you have all this energy, your brain is functioning properly. And then when I left school 8 months later and I got licensed, a couple months after that, I wasn't getting massaged. And then I was like, why do I feel like an old lady? All the effects were starting to kind of disappear. And I was like, well, something's got to change, right? So fast forward through getting my bachelor's degree in alternative medicine and having 2 kids, and then COVID happening, my whole massage business shut down. 97% of my clientele were scared to death. They didn't want to be have hands-on anymore, and I had to figure out how to continue to work with my clients for other people and help them get mind, body, spiritual results. And coaching kind of fell in my lap. And so that was kind of where my story began. I just started getting certifications that led me to hypnosis, led me to health coaching, and it finally led me here to where I am today, which is holistic health coaching, which I absolutely love. I get to incorporate all the things I learned in alternative medicine school, massage therapy, but I also get to teach people how to effectively coach their clients and get pretty miraculous results in a time frame that doesn't even make sense to a lot of people.
I love it. I love it. I love how something your main bread and butter, if we will, your massage therapy practice. You know, you loved it. You love the benefits that you received, obviously, from the schooling, and then afterwards giving that benefit to your clients. And then all of a sudden, COVID hits, which we all know how fun that was, and understandable that your clients were a little hesitant to get back into the whole massage world, because who knew what was going on during that 2 years of craziness. But I love how you took that problem, if you will, or that blockade, and transformed it. Like you said, you transform your own life so that you show that, like, hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I hit a rough patch. I transformed, became better version of myself to go to the next level, and now you're helping others do that. That's freaking amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a fun experience. When I was in massage therapy, having the same clients come back to me every week for the same physiological problem, I already had started connecting dots to the mind. Like, there's got to be something going on here that is creating all this pain in their body. So I just didn't know how to get from point A to point B. And, life throws us a lot of conflicts, a lot of challenges, needless to say. And I saw the opportunity to go from A to B in the time of COVID. So, a lot of people say COVID ruined their lives. And I say, yeah, COVID really damaged my massage practice, but it put me in a very good place to start pursuing something that I was already starting to feel that would benefit me personally, because I was dealing with my own health, mental health, and physical wellness stuff. And so it just catapulted me into a different direction, which I'm ecstatic about. I love it. I'm so passionate about it.
I love that. I love how you turned a negative into a positive. Like, a lot of people say COVID was the worst time, or that. I think it was the best time for people who were supposed to be entrepreneurs, who were kind of lied to, if I don't want to say lied to, but led to believe that they were a 9-to-5er. And it allowed them to spread their wings and realize, hey, maybe this isn't the world for me. Because when we all took that moment to slow down, we started realizing like you said, we started realizing that, this is not how we're supposed to be. This is not how I want to live my life. I know for me, it spun my journey into entrepreneurship. And if you listen to the early episodes of this podcast, you can hear the journey that I went on. But I love how you literally, you were already learning, if we will, about like, hey, it's more than just the massage. The massage adds to it, but there's something more. It's up here. It's not just in the body, it's in the mind as well. And I love how you were like, okay, now I need to take it to the next level to help my clients. Like, my clients who are already getting massage, they need the help to go to the next level. And you've got those expertise, and now you're helping hundreds of people. What was it like when you were able to help your first client? Like, after you got all your training, and after kind of like not everything was done, obviously, but you got your first client, what was the feeling like when you were starting to help this individual?
So with advanced conversational hypnosis, the sessions are like, it's a rapid transformation. When I first started helping my clients with that form of hypnosis, which is not a traditional type of hypnosis, like what we're doing right now, we're having a conversation. That's what we do about your problem. And when I was able to help, like, I work a lot at nights with clients so that I have quiet in the house with the 7 and 9-year-olds running around. That's not very feasible. And at the time they were, I don't know, 4, 4 and 6 or 5 and 7. And so I didn't get a lot of quiet until they went to sleep. But what really struck me was the level of excitement that I felt after a session. So I'd finish a session at maybe like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and I wouldn't be able to sleep for hours. I was so high on the experience of my clients leaving, saying to themselves, I can't believe this problem is gone. I've had this forever in just a couple hours. And so the excitement of like helping the clients move through a problem so quickly and come out on the other side, and then over the next few weeks see the transformation through their experiences, their mindset changes. It was just such an enlightening experience that I knew that I was exactly where I was supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm very interested because I know hypnosis, I know self-hypnosis, I know hypnotherapy. A friend of mine does stage hypnosis, which is always fun at a party. Sometimes the funniest person talking as a chicken. But I've never heard of advanced conversational hypnosis. How did you find out about this?
Okay. So the first certification I got for hypnosis was during COVID online with the Marissa Pierce School of Rapid Transformational Therapy. Her modality is really fun and incredible, but the results that I saw were mostly through like the spiritual aspect of hypnosis, like doing like past life regressions, which she doesn't promote. Like she wants her modality to go mainstream and become this big thing. And I agree, like her modality is really great. But for me personally, my results were in the in-between, going to the in-between, looking at life purpose, soul purpose, psychic abilities. And so I got to play a little bit for a while and address these things and see how people transformed. One of the people that had asked to be in my group had already started taking advanced conversational hypnosis. She found the person who was teaching it, she took his program, and as a favor, like as an exchange, she wanted to give me an ACH session. And so I said yes. And in all of the sessions that I had in RTT, I had never experienced a hypnosis session the way she did it, because my eyes were open the entire time. And I could feel myself like really strange. I was like, my body was upside down, hanging over my head in my chair. And by the time we were done, I was like, wow, that was really weird. But it took me months to go back to like realizing that's where I was supposed to go. So I processed and I was still doing RTT. And then because of the way that modality is done, there's so much preparation. I was spending at least 6 hours, 7 hours between the preparation, the session, and then creating the homework for the client. And I was like, with 2 kids at home, homeschooling, raising them, being a stay-at-home mom, I just can't do this. I need something that's much more rapid. And then I thought about my experience with her, and I started doing research, and I got into it. I took the course, and that was just the way that my life propelled forward. I was like, I'm never doing anything else again.
Yeah, when you find that special thing, like for me, it's podcasting. I can't do anything other than podcasting. I love talking with entrepreneurs like yourself, podcasters, everybody. Like I want to talk to everybody. That's just what I love doing. And I love how you found after one session, like you took it and you're like, this is cool. It's different, but I'm going to go back to mine. And then you realize later after you had it had decompressed, it populated, done the subneural networking things and all that, and then it came back and you're like, no, I was wrong. This is not for me. That is what I want. It's like that. It helped me like that.
The foundation that I got at hypnosis was incredible. I can't deny it. Like Marissa Pierce knows her stuff. She's an incredible hypnotist. But this was just a different way of doing things, and I don't have to do anything. Which is incredible. Like there's so many things you have to do in different forms of hypnosis. There's all these techniques that you use with the ACH. You're just working on the principles of everybody goes into trance their own way, and the client leads. So all I have to do is what you do in podcasting is I have to ask the right questions at the right time, and I lead them to their root cause, and it's unreal.
I love that. I love that I'm already halfway done my ACH training because I know how to have a conversation. I love it.
You're a podcast.
Yeah, I'm a podcast master of the ACH. Next podcast, great. I have another podcast I have to do. Great, thank you, Regina, for that. Where? Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Now I have to go build a whole new thing. But I want to know, like,
Yeah.
I want to know, because your journey from a licensed massage therapist to delving into the intricacy of the mind is fascinating. How has your background in massage therapy influenced your approach to holistic wellness and as a transformational coach?
Good question. It's an integration. So in hypnosis, I mean, I already started to see in massage therapy that there was a mind-body connection, right? Stress, beliefs equal physical manifestation of pain or disease or illness or whatever you want to call it. So I had already had that experience witnessing it for 14 years. But then when I got into hypnosis, I realized how true that was. And in Florida, I can't practice this way because of all the laws and rules, and so that's not my expertise, and I don't work that way. But we realized that with hypnosis, we can help eliminate a lot of that stuff. We can help take a pain level of 10 and bring it down to a 2 or 1. We can take a skin disease like psoriasis or like a skin fungus, and if there's some kind of subconscious connection, we can remove it by eliminating the root, like finding the root cause and changing the perspective of it. You and other practitioners, other hypnotists, they can, if they are in a state or a country where they can work on health issues, they can address those health issues like ADD, ADHD. They can address bipolar. They can address anxiety and depression without medication, and they can help clear that in a very short period of time. So what we've been made to believe is that this type of healing either can't happen, or if it can happen, it has to happen over a long period of time, which is untrue. And so being able to know that there's that mind-body connection and then bringing that into practice, I can see that there are in fact physical manifestations from subconscious beliefs. They are connected very deeply. And so when I say somebody has multiple outcomes, we might be working on procrastination, but they might all of a sudden their psoriasis is gone. All of a sudden their acne is gone. You don't know how that subconscious belief is going to affect them in their life. Sometimes they start making more money. Other times they are more motivated to exercise and change their lifestyle and become healthier. So you never know what a session is going to bring up. But massage has helped me because I know the systems. I know the way the body detoxes. I have that health background. And so I'm able to guide my clients in a much more efficient way and help them become resilient through the detox process of whatever it is they're letting go, whatever, if it's emotional, physical. It's just, all of it is really interconnected. There's no separation of mind, body, or spirit.
I like that. I like how you took what you knew and I just melded it all together. Because there is no separation. What the mind thinks, the body can achieve, and what the spirit wants, the mind thinks it, and the body achieves it. So I love how you brought, in essence, the trinity of a human together, and aligning it all. With the fact that you're in a space, and I mean no disrespect when I ask this question, so please realize I'm interested in the holistic world, but coming from a sciencey background, how have you dealt with people kind of saying that it's frou-frou, we'll say frou-frou magic, it's not real, it's all make-believe? Do you encounter people like that, or do people are like, no, this works, like this actually works, we believe in holistic medicine or holistic ways of curing things?
Let me put it to you this way. We are in a world where consciousness is changing. Everybody is starting to realize that traditional medicine, traditional psychology, traditional ways that we've been doing things for decades or even centuries is not actually working anymore. So I haven't had that conversation where somebody doesn't believe what I do, and if they don't agree or they choose not to believe it, that's not my client.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to try to force somebody's belief to change. But if somebody they know has done it and had results, they're more likely to believe it. And so I think that we all meet the right person at the right time when we're ready to explore those changes.
I like that.
When
I
we're ready
like
to work
that.
on our.
That's a great answer. My God. I ask great questions. You give great answers. I love that. Because I remember growing up hearing about holistic medicine and it kind of being like, oh, this is some quasi mystical, it's not real. But having been an entrepreneur and talking with a whole bunch of entrepreneurs, I've learned that a lot of things don't matter anymore. Like how we thought the world worked, it doesn't work because obviously people are making millions of dollars online and we're like, how is this possible? I thought you needed a store. So whenever I get to talk to someone who is doing something completely counterintuitive, if you will, to the modern way of, or no, I don't want to say modern, but the conventional way of doing it, it's always interesting to me. Like I'm open to everything. Like I've learned to open your mind because if you close your mind, you're going to lose out. So if this may not work for me, I don't really care. It's a possibility. Like I can try it. If it works, yay. If it doesn't, well, it didn't work for me. I'll move on to the next thing. So I love that you're here. And again, I didn't mean any disrespect with my question. It was just
No, not at all. It's a great question.
Good. But with you doing this transformational with ACH as well as all the other licenses that you have, how do you bring in your own practice of self-investment, like investing in yourself to become a better version of yourself? Like what kind of habits do you have that may be helpful to our listeners?
I didn't really in the beginning know what habits were. Being a massage therapist is a very lackadaisical career. I can schedule people when I want. I can make as much money as I want. I can not make as much money as I want, take as long of breaks as I want. And so building this particular business has been a little bit more challenging as far as the price is a lot higher than just getting a massage. And I have to promote, I have to market, I have to, do all the things in order to keep a business running. And so being a homeschool parent, teaching at their Fusion Enrichment School, which is a creative arts school for homeschooled kids, teaching people to do ACH, which is I launched my program this year. So there's a balance that I have to find in my life. And so creating a schedule, doing what I can when I can is just becoming a little bit more efficient and scheduling like times for everything has been very helpful for me. But I'm a new entrepreneur. And so the only thing that I can say is keep pivoting. Don't stop trying to find the way that works for you. I think a lot of people go into business. If it's not working out, they quit. If it's not showing up as what they expect it to, they quit. And so, if you really love something, you have to be willing to be flexible in the process because your business is actually going to turn out exactly right for you as long as you stick with it and you remain able to, kind of like with the massage and the COVID thing, I was able to take something that could have been devastating and ruin my life and go, you know what, I'm going to go in this direction instead. I'm going to take what I have and I'm going to try to make the best of this and see where it goes. But scheduling, being consistent. I mean, if you talk to any business person, they're going to tell you consistency is key. Scheduling is key. Having structure is key, right? And also setting goals is key. Without those things, you're not going to get anywhere.
Very true. I love that you put the goal setting because that's something really important. I think people going from the 9-to-5 grind seem to forget that they need to put those goals, not just business oriented goals, but personal goals as well. And you're not a brand new entrepreneur because you were a massage therapist beforehand. So you did have an entrepreneur. you may have not run the business, but you understood the concept of being a solopreneur, if you will,
Yeah.
inside something, a freelancer, if you will. Um, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, I want to be teaching ACH to anybody in the professional world, helping people in the mental health and wellness industry. I see myself running retreats in Jamaica and Cancun and Mexico and Costa Rica. Like I see myself being able to travel and, if I can only work with one client in ACH at a time, but I can train 20 people to do ACH and do it really well so that they help 20 people. So my one person ends up being 21 people. And so I see I don't know, I feel like my journey here on this planet, my purpose is to help people in the health and wellness industry through other people. I mean, I can only help so many people one at a time, right? So I want to affect a great change in the psychology industry because I think that it'll affect every way that we live, how we run our businesses, how we interact with family, friends, and colleagues. I just feel like we all need a lot more healing on the unconscious level so that we can all do greater things and we can lift our world up a little bit to a better place where we're less emotional and we're more action oriented and methodical.
I like that. I like that. And given the current state of the world, I think that would be a bit a good thing, if you will,
Yeah.
a bit more consciousness and looking to help everyone. Um, Before we get to my last question, this is my penultimate question.
Yeah.
If you could affect, who would be, sorry, no, forget the effect. Who is one person that you would love to have a session with?
Like to give a session.
Give a session to, yes. Anybody in the world. It can be an actual person, or it could be a hypothetical type person. What kind of, like, who are you looking to work with, or is there a archetype, if you will, of the type of people you like to work with?
That's a really good question. It's going to take a lot of pondering. I don't know. There's so many like if I didn't have any restrictions on the type of people that I work with, I would work with like somebody who had a physical ailment of some sort, like a autoimmune diagnosis or some kind of debilitating diagnosis. For instance, this is just one person off the top of my head. Selena Gomez has been diagnosed, I think it's like lupus or
Yeah.
something that is
Okay.
like, yeah. So I see a major correlation with emotional pain and autoimmune diseases.
Hmm.
And so if I could help somebody, it would be somebody with wide audience reach who got those instant benefits of ACH that they would just tell everybody about it. Because I think you don't know about ACH. I've been on about 15 podcasts. Not one of the people that I get to talk to have any clue what ACH is, never heard of it before. This modality's only been around for about 15 years. And my mentor has only trained 40 people in the entire world, 42, I think it is. And I don't think he's training anymore to be able to teach this to people. But there's about 1,000, a little over 1,000 people who do ACH in the world. And compared to 7 to 8 billion people on the planet, like we're all suffering in one way or another. Yeah. I think you can get somebody on a really big platform that can, tout the benefits of ACH. Like that's who I'd want to work with.
I love that. And hopefully someone's listening here can put us in contact with Selena Gomez so that you can start that, you know. Um,
And, she's a lot of people know who she is.
yeah. Now we're getting to the final question. This is the most important question because Regina, I have your 10-year-old self right beside me. She was running around before, so I was able to wrangle her, brought her right here. What is one piece of advice you would love to give to your 10-year-old self?
Trying to think, would it be educational or would it be emotional? I was a pretty hardcore kid as far as like caring what people thought. So don't think I'll go emotional. Um, I would tell my 10-year-old self to learn how to run a business. I would tell them to take classes in financial classes. I would tell them to dream big and learn how to run an industry. I see like a bunch of 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds who like have $1 million businesses. Um, God, if I knew how to run a business when I was younger, if I had any kind of business sense taught to me, I'd be in a very different place instead of, here at 41. I've enjoyed my journey. It's been really fun the last 10 years. So no regrets. But if I knew how to do this earlier, I'd say don't listen to what anybody else tells you unless they've got good advice on how to go forward running a business.
I love
Follow your own heart.
such great advice. And honestly, that's the first time I've heard someone give the advice of starting a business to their 10-year-old self.
That's what I teach kids. That's why I homeschool.
There you go. Awesome. It's in practice, the advice in practice, folks.
Yeah.
Regina, I'm going to jump off stage here. I want you to let my audience know where they can find you, where they can follow you, how they can work with you if they're choosing to work with you. So the floor is yours.
So in ACH, I'm a sleep specialist, and I help people who've been struggling with not being able to sleep for years get sleep in a very rapid period of time with no medications. So if you want a private session on that, or if you're somebody in the health and wellness industry and you want to learn ACH, I have a masterclass coming up June 21st and 22nd of this year. And you can go to my website, lifetransformationsolutions.com, find my Calendly link and book a strategy call for either or. That strategy call is for any way you see yourself working with me. So that's the best way to reach out.
Excellent. Regina, thank you again for coming on to the podcast. It was a pleasure chatting with you. I love learning something new about an industry, a hypnosis, if we will, that I didn't know existed, another niche inside a niche. So thank you so much for bringing ACH into the forefront.
Thanks for having me and allowing me to tell your audience about it. This has been real fun. You're a great host.
Thank you so much for that compliment. To my audience, thank you very much for listening. The links to book a call with Regina will be in the show notes down below, so make sure you check out that. And as always, thank you for listening. Thank you, Regina, for being here again. And always, always invest in yourself.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to take the next step. When you're ready to dive deeper into how to launch, grow, and monetize your podcast, Phil's got something special for you. Join him for a free webinar where he'll reveal the 3 secrets that have helped countless entrepreneurs succeed in podcasting. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot, and let's turn your podcasting dreams into reality.